it's a Nick Olandria derangement syndrome out there, and it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen because it's just reality TV. While I've been trying to stay away from the Nick and Olandria drama, I was happy to see them spend time together after Christmas, spend time together on New Year's Eve. Someone in the crowd captured Nick and Olandria kissing at midnight on New Year's Eve. They are living their best lives as they should be. They need to live their lives, whether it's in the public or in the private, because as we've discussed many a times over the past few months, they are damned if they do, damned if they don't. And unfortunately, it seems they have tried to be attacked again. It's crazy to see this effort that goes into attacking Nick as of late. People are up in group chats, literally trying to plan that man's demise. And for what? Because he's so popular with Olandria? I really don't understand the psychosis going on that side of social media. So the latest thing that they tried to do, and we're going to break it all down today, because I feel like I have to make these videos to defend Nick and Olandria with actual proof, because what gets put on social media is usually lies. Like this video is a lie in several different ways, and this one went a little more viral than the other ones because there are people out there ready praying for downfalls. People on social media are just praying to cancel someone. They're so bored with their own lives that they need someone to cancel every other day, and they're hoping it's going to be Nick and Olandria at some point, I guess. So this video was posted on social media that was alleging that Nick was saying the N-word. Listening to the video, there may be one word that is said very quickly that maybe you think is that. So this video is cut together where Nick is at the beginning of the video.
Spanish? You don't know Spanish?
And then this person speaking is clearly not Nick. And I know certain white guys look alike apparently, but it's not Nick. People were sending these things to bloggers. Some bloggers out there will post anything to get drama on their sites or in their videos. But as you can see here, one of the people being sent these things was Too Hot T2, who broke down this picture that it's clearly not Nick, although they didn't point out the most damning thing was that at one point, at the beginning of the video, Nick clearly has an earring in his ear, and this person speaking does not. But it is clearly not Nick even talking anyway at that point in the video. So the desperation continues, but the big thing that happened after this scheme, this really awful scheme to try and ruin someone, try and cancel someone on lies yet again. So many lies have been said about Nick that it's true derangement syndrome at this point. The obsession is at a level I've never seen for a reality show, especially. Like, I lived through the soap opera Stan Wars of the mid-2000s to the mid-2010s, which was pretty bad at times because, I mean, you're talking about fictional characters at that point. I've seen all the pop stars have their fan bases go back and forth, and if you're on Nicki Minaj's fan base right now, you're probably in the dumps. But this obsession over a reality TV star, or reality TV stars, is crazy. It's at a level of politics where we see people being murdered on live television because of politics. But at least with politics, you know, people that say crazy things with politics can actually affect people's lives. Nick and Olandria are doing nothing that affects anyone's lives. They are living their lives, and their lives are great right now. And I guess people hate on that because they're losers. And these losers were exposed because there is a real life gossip girl out there, apparently, who goes by Gossip Girl Olandria on Twitter, who infiltrated these group chats that are put together just to try and take down Nick and Olandria and take down their fan base, trying to get their Come Here Cream group taken down on Twitter. It's madness, but it gets worse. The first expose by this real life gossip girl, Olandria, was showing that in the group chat before this latest video to try and take down Nick was posted, people in the group chat are saying that's not him. They're already pointing out that's not actually Nick. But it didn't stop some people from trying to get a bigger account to send it out, to try and put it out there, to make people think it was Nick. And of course, people who are just so ready to cancel someone on social media jump on top of that, because that's all social media is used for these days, apparently. But as they're talking in the group chat, you could see more people saying that it's not actually Nick. And then someone says someone says that it's not actually Nick, the person that ended up posting the video on Twitter first says, but they don't know that. But more people are saying it's not him, y'all. They're going to turn a blind eye when he does actually get exposed. Don't post the fake one, please. He'll slip up soon. So they're just in group chats waiting for Nick to slip up. But instead, other people in these hating ass group chats, these psychos in these group chats, are willing to post the lies. And that's what this person who has this Iris account on Twitter did. That person was later doxxed. A few people were doxxed, which I don't agree with doxing, though I also don't feel bad for people that get doxxed when they're trying to ruin someone else's life too. The person that was doxxed that ended up posting that video is some white woman in at least her 30s, if not older. But even if she's in her 30s, that's too old to be behaving this way in a social media group chat. You don't have any better thing to do than to post lies on someone to try and take them down. Because I guess it's better for my mind to think that a lot of these people in their group chats are young and they come from TikTok, and that's why the Love Island seasons have gotten so toxic, because these young people just be posting crazy shit on TikTok, which they do, but it's not just that. These are grown ass people in these group chats with no lives. And the fact that it's white people is also not shocking, because it's part of the racism when it comes to the attacks on Olandria. As this expose went on, we see people wanting to email his brands with this fake video that isn't even him talking. But it gets even worse and more psychotic with this derangement syndrome in these group chats, because more was exposed from these people, from these psychos, with some people wanting to take a hitman out on Nick over a fucking reality show. Going to the dark web, wanting to find the person that beat up Ulissa, send him after Nick, I guess, maybe even send him after Olandria. Who knows? It's getting creepier and creepier with this obsession. But it keeps going. If they can't find a hitman, they want to find a hacker. How can they expose Nick? They really, really need him exposed. They need to hack his iCloud somehow. Do they sell hackers on Etsy? People want to check Craigslist for hackers. Then people are joking about the Etsy witch shit, which I mean, that's the least offensive stuff in these group chats that were exposed. But also, when they're talking about this Etsy witch shit, there's people wishing death on Nick's family, and for what? Making jokes if his granny died in her sleep. If Nick dies, they're gonna try and find us. There's people in this group chat that seem to actually want Nick dead. It's become that weird and dark. Someone in the group chat who is actually in med school, so good luck if that person is ever your doctor or something, talking about, is anyone going to Nick's event? Talking about stuff that could actually make Nick be endangered in person at one of these events. That's how crazy these fans have gotten. Just a few more stills here from these psychopaths who are saying some of the worst things. Psychotic. It's fucking psychotic. And then the hypocrisy comes out when these people are getting doxxed and exposed, worried that they're going to get hacked. Oh my God, what if they hack us? Well, maybe you shouldn't be talking about hacking other people. Anyway, the stuff's getting worse instead of better. I mean, I was kind of hoping going into the new year and this show ending eons ago at this point, people could move on with their lives and maybe find something better to do with their lives. But apparently that's not the case. Although maybe with this group chat being exposed, people will move on or be afraid of saying crazy shit in these chats that could actually get them in trouble if Nick does something, because Nick did see some of these posts and he commented on it on his social media saying, hiring hitmen on your boy, goofy, jobless activities. If you aren't hated on, you're not doing something right. You said, imagine we lived in a world where these people spent this amount of time and effort in college or helping the community. It's sad. I feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for these people. Honestly, this is the way they choose to live their lives, although some of them clearly do have mental issues, as I said at the beginning, and maybe they should actually be looked into before they do something like Nick Reiner. And I know Nick and Olandria stands go very hard when it comes to defending Nick and Olandria, but I feel as though they have to, quite frankly, because Nick and Olandria have to deal with shit like this every other damn week from quite literal psychos. So the fact that people go so hard to defend them, I like seeing it because they also have the smarter fan base who are able to bring receipts like this gossip girl Andrea, who brought out all these receipts on all these psychopaths. Social media continues to deteriorate us as a people. And I guess people that don't have lives or nothing better to do and do have mental problems get up all in these group chats and come up with some of the worst things you'll read. I don't know how we move on from this. I don't know how the next season of Love Island USA even happens without it being even more toxic than this. Maybe the new season coming out in 6 months will at least give Nick and Olandria some rest. But until then, I guess they still have to deal with these crazy people, these goofy, jobless people, like Nick called them. They're worse than goofy, though. And I actually do think Nick and Olandria should get some real security for their upcoming events. We have people even trying to email and message the guy Quan that is working with Nick for his DJ shows and his party shows, trying to get Nick canceled from that. Quan stands behind Nick, though. He stands behind Nick 10 toes down because he sees how psychotic this is. And anyone who saw that video and has ears, and I don't have the best hearing, but it was pretty clear from watching. I'm like, am I crazy? Because I don't hear anything. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's not even Nick in the first place. Psychotic. It's a Nick Olandria derangement syndrome out there. And it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen because it's just reality TV. This isn't politics. This shouldn't affect people's lives, but they choose to let it affect their lives. And I guess it's because they are living a life where they clearly hate whatever they are living and they have to spend all their time doing this kind of shit. And it's not even young people. People are being exposed that are in their 30s and 40s doing this mess.